My name is Quentin D'Souza. I am the Chief Education Officer of the Durham Real Estate Investment Club. You're watching Real Deal Renos. This is a series of videos showing real estate investors in the local area how they're investing in real estate, what type of renovations they're doing, and how they're able to make cash flow. And you can do it too. So thanks for having us today to take a look at your renovation, and So what do you think the property would have rented for if you didn't do the renovations you're doing? And yeah.
So when I did a little bit of my homework and I looked around, and I figured that the house would probably go for as just a single family dwelling around $1,600.
About $1,600. Okay.
Yeah, and that's not including the downstairs would have to have some work done to it before I could probably even get that.
Okay.
But probably $1,600 would be fairly in price with what's going on right now.
Okay, and what type of renovations are you doing to the property now, and how is that going to relate to the rent that you get afterwards?
So first we're doing a cleanup of the house because it's an older home, and it hadn't been any cosmetically cleaned up for a while, so we needed to just update it a little bit. And then on top of it, what I decided is we needed to have a separate apartment downstairs so we could split it up and have a duplex, and this way we'd have two properties to lease out. So we had an upstairs which has 3 bedrooms and a washroom and quite a large living space. And then we'll have a separate downstairs which has its own entranceway, and that was one of the things that I looked at when I was purchasing, so it would have a separate entranceway. And then again we'll have a beautiful kitchen, and it will be an all open space which will go also into a living area. And so that way it now brings in 2 families instead of just one. And that's what I was kind of looking for when I was going through this. It was my profile that I was looking for my tenant profile was my upstairs. I was looking for a family because there are 3 bedrooms, and I'm on a main street, but there's 2 schools here.
Right.
So the
Great.
School was the reason why I went to this. So I figured that it's an awesome thing if your kids can just walk across the street and be at school. And even though that my kids lived around the corner from a school and were always late, but besides that, it was just, it's, like people are looking at, we're living such busy lives now.
Yeah.
So that was my first intention. And then even the bottom floor could either be, maybe even a single, like a mother with a child, because there'll be 2 bedrooms downstairs. So again, the school option. And if you just go down the street, to Taunton, there's a huge shopping area which has everything in the world that you need, so right. It's really greatly located.
That's excellent. I'm really impressed that you were thinking about the tenant profile before you even purchased the property. That's awesome. What do you think of, what kind of rents do you think you're going to get? You said $1,600 before. If you're looking at the top floor, what do you think you're going to rent that for?
Okay, so I'm hoping, because I'm going to fix it up, that it's going to be lovely and beautiful, and I'm hoping that I could get around $1,500 for the upstairs.
Wow.
And plus utilities.
Plus utilities, wow.
Yeah. I think that just location and looking at where rents are doing, I think I'm probably very close to the sweet spot. Right.
What about downstairs?
And downstairs, I think I should be able to get about $1,100.
Wow. So you've moved from $1,600, which would have been the whole house property, to now closer to $2,600. With both
give
units.
or take a little bit. I'm aware of what I have to do. The challenges, but I just believe that if I create a really nice home for two people, two families to live in, that people will be really happy to pay that type of rent because everything will be updated. They'll be safe. There'll be brand new electrical. Everything will be done. It will be a beautiful home that they just need to just move in and it will all be done. So I think I'm pretty close to what I'm looking for.
What do you think, just without considering maintenance, repairs, and vacancy, what type of cash flow do you think you'd be getting on this property?
Oh, I think I'm close to like about $19,000 a year with cash flow.
Wow.
So
$700-800 a month?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. I'll give you a high five for that one.
Not bad for the first property.
That's right. That's cool. This is your first property.
This is my first lease and hold property.
Yeah.
I have another property working on right now in Toronto, but that's a flip.
Yeah.
And that will be my first flip.
Cool.
So
you're
I'm moving.
Yeah, you're taking action. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks to you, I'm taking action. You told me that I needed to. You put me through my learnings.
Yeah.
And gave me the confidence that I needed to move forward. I needed to do something, and this is what really connects with me. Cool. And it was either talk about it or do it, and I don't want to talk about things anymore. I just want to do things.
Good.
So, and I'm really excited because I'm looking at what I can create for other people too. It will be totally a win-win. It will help me on my side of my life, which creates a new life for me, which totally thrills me, but I can also give somebody else a beautiful home that's safe and all the rest, so they can come in and with their family and their kids, and they don't have to worry. And I'm making sure that everything is done so it's all legal, and that there won't be any issues at all.
Excellent. So if somebody was thinking about going down this path, and it's really impressive that you've taken action and you've got this basement suite that you're doing. Actually, it's not quite a basement suite. We'll take a little tour and you can show us around. But what kind of advice would you give somebody who's just starting out and going through this process and maybe thinking of a basement suite or just thinking about investing? What kind of advice would you give them?
I think one of the best things that empowered me the most was taking your course to give me that education. So I understood with what I'm doing. I've had an involvement with real estate through properties of my own. So I had some form of understanding, but it's the fact that, I thought I was risking taking my money out and putting it into something, but when I saw how I had to really work numbers, so I understood, and to start learning, especially the working my comparables and understanding about where I am, my location, especially my tenant profiles of what I was looking at. I think it's just the fact of educating yourself, which gives you that strength that that, like at the end of the day, I might have to hold a property and maybe a month or two longer, but I'm not going to lose anything because first of all, I invested in me, which is the best investment I could do for anything. And second of all, the properties that I have put money into, as I see even my property in Toronto, since I bought it and now that we're renovating it and we're getting ready for the flip, it's gone up in value. So, like I'm not worried, I'm not being greedy. It's at the end of the day, I'll make money. How much I'll make, I might surprise myself, but I'm not losing anything.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, like this is my first hold, and I look forward to having quite a few more. So that's what I'm looking for myself, and I found some fabulous people to be working with, including yours truly. So it really helps me.
Right. And
and if you don't know something, my biggest tip is you ask.
Great.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are really willing to help.
That's excellent. That's great advice. Do you think you could take us on a little tour of the property and give us some of your mindset of like what the layout's going to be? Right now we're in the very bottom of the property.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of levels to this property, right? So this a back split?
Yeah, it's a back split home. And I guess that's what intrigued me. It also has what I really like, the fact that it's large. Seems to be my brain set with everything in life. I look for big. And but what it gives is people living space, and this is it. So
what do you think down here? What are you going to be doing?
Okay, so down here will be 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
Right through here will be a hallway.
Okay.
So this will be all closed off, and this will be a hallway coming down.
Right.
At the end right here, I will have a large cupboard, so it gives people storage space, also linen room or whatever.
Right.
So a large cupboard with nice shelving inside of it. The entranceway will be probably around here on this side as well as that side. So the doors will swing out, and then across the back and here there will be that's where the cupboard space will be for this bedroom here.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and then on this side will be my second bedroom.
Okay.
Of course, this will all be be nicely done. This won't, this will be gone.
That's interesting. So what you did was you used the supporting wall that's already there inside your plan.
Well, because what I found out as I was looking at it, initially we were looking at changing the supporting wall, which was going to give me more trouble and cost me more money. And I'm learning to do things where I can save costs, because that's what's coming out of my pocket right now.
Right.
So the best thing was to be, and the other problem was I needed to enlarge one of these windows that were in the bedroom, because I need to make an egress window. So it made more sense if I had to, first of all, enlarge this one, because on this side of the house is grass, where on this side of the house is where the driveway and carport is, so it would have cost me more and have been a lot harder.
Because of the asphalt.
Because of the asphalt to
Right.
start digging down, right?
Right.
So instead I decided that I didn't want to increase the window a large amount, so I decided to make that room actually a little smaller, because it was very large. So I had that ability. So if I created the hallway, then it gave me a cutback on that side, so I don't have to worry about making that window larger, which will cost me more money. And as long as I get an egress, so if God forbid there's a fire here, there's a way for someone to escape being in the downstairs and not locked in somewhere.
Right.
So that window will become larger, and we've already dug out the window well there to incorporate the larger window.
Great.
So, and again, we will do the back of here will be the cupboard on that side as well as the cupboard on that side, and that will be closed off, because that's the electrical will be closed off into its own area.
You know what I love is that you're using the lingo, right? Because you're saying egress. Now, maybe because some people might not know what that means, could you let them know what egress window? You've got it, right? You're locked in.
Well, I'm getting there. In 6 months, I've come a long way, and I'm actually so excited, because it's crazy the amount of learning that you can do. And so an egress window is by the city has bylaws, and one of the laws is that in a certain area, especially in the basement, you have to be able to give a larger window, so that if there is a fire, that somebody is able to jump out of a window, go out of the window. So an egress window will be a window that we can pull down, and even if this is covered inside the well with snow, they can still dig their way out. So the whole window comes out, and somebody can pop their body right out of it. So it will be a lot larger than, and I can't remember exactly the dimensions on it, but it'll be large enough that a body could fit through there if there was a fire in the house, so nobody would be stuck in a basement and die.
Okay. All right. Can we take a look at some of the other levels?
Yeah.
Very cool. So now this is the main floor of the
basement apartment.
Okay.
Right. So we'll take you through this way first.
Okay.
So we have
Wow.
a back entrance, and what we're going to do is make this into a larger window, which will have a lot more light. I will buy a larger door, which probably will come down to here, which will, so more light comes in. And yeah, this is where we come in through the backyard. There's thing, and this is your entranceway in. Now, when we come in, this is going to be your kitchen.
Right, wow.
So this will change to half the size, and this area right here, we are going to cut that down, and this will be a cupboard. So you walk in, you have somewhere to put your coat.
Okay.
And the washer and dryer will be in the other room.
Yep.
And we will have your fridge and your stove here with a little bit of counter space. And of course, we'll put brand new windows in. And then we'll have a sink just underneath the window as well. And then more cupboard space. And this will actually cross over. This whole area will be closed in.
Okay.
Now, the one beautiful factor is this hot water tank will be moved over to the side of the furnace, and it will be boxed in with the proper fire protection, everything like that that's needed. But this wall will be coming out. This will be opened right up.
Wow.
So when you walk in, this is all opened. This area here will be open so somebody can walk in and they'll see that side. And there'll be also in this area right in here, I will have an island with some chairs, and there'll be cupboards underneath so people can, you know, if they have kids or whatever, can sit around the island. So it's kind of like a kitchen table type of things with also cabinetry underneath. There'll be cabinets on across there in between, like the fridge will be at the end, and then there'll be some cupboards above the stove. And then all through here and across here will be cupboards.
Okay, great.
So it gives people some areas to at least put some of their groceries and so on.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Should we go into
And then
the...
as this area, like I said, will be, this is all open.
Closed.
This will be closed,
Yeah,
but
it's open, this is
since we
closed.
don't have another walkway, this right now is the washroom that we have. It's only a two-piece washroom. That actually will be enlarged. So this whole area now will be closed off, and this will become the washroom.
Okay.
Again, this will be closed off, the furnace, but there'll be a door for maintenance of the furnace, but it will be closed off with a door, and this here will be gone, so that will give us, we can have a bathtub, a counter space, and a toilet, and this becomes the whole washroom area.
Wow.
And then in here, and of course also this doorway, and that will be gone.
Okay.
We'll open this up in here.
Yeah.
And this here is the opening, this is the back split of the house. So this will be closed off.
Okay.
Right in, so when you walk in, this will not be here. They will have their own separate room in here. And then in this room here,
wow, that's a nice big window.
this is a nice big window, but we're going to actually, we're looking at enlarging this a little bit more as well to create more light. And between the doorway and this will be nice and bright. Again, this is the wall that will be gone. So when you walk in, you'll look right away, and you have a beautiful kitchen. It will be all open, and you can put your couches, and this is your sitting area. So, you know, it will be...
Yeah, it'll be opened up. Are you using a steel beam or an LVL to support the structure here?
We're going to use a steel beam.
Okay.
That's according to the architect's design.
Yep.
And we'll probably be putting a post in at the end here.
Right.
So this area here will be closed off as well, because this here actually, if you can see the marks on the wall, this is where the hot water tank is going to be moved.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this is the only area that will be closed off.
Okay.
And then the rest of this room is wide open. This area right in here, we've decided we're closing off as well, because right here we're going to put our washer and dryer.
Right.
So they'll have their own washer and dryer downstairs. They don't need to share. And we'll put a cabinet on top of it so they can put all their washing stuff. So this will be closed off with a nice door here, so they can do that at their leisure.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
So should we look at the other unit?
Yeah, let's go upstairs to the other unit.
Cool.
Come on.
So looking at this nice big window, like what about the area attracted you? Like why do you like this area so much?
Well, it was area and it was house.
Okay.
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like I said, the area was for me, school, 2 schools, kids, family. Down very close to, not even 5 minutes to the highway, so anyone who has to commute, and down there to every single box store you can possibly imagine. So, and then just a half a block here, there's shopping. So even if you don't have a car, because maybe the people, like if I'm looking at maybe a single mother or something like that, she doesn't have a car, she can take her kids across the street, there's a bus that they can go, she can grab a bus to go down to the shopping, people coming to visit, there's a highway right there, it's just everything right here.
Perfect.
And then again I walk into this house, and if this is my front entranceway,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's, to me, you walk in and it's so inviting, it's large, it's airy. So, you know, I can so see a family sitting around here at a nice table, a dining room table.
Right.
We just put our lamp in, it has to be up, but, you know, I can just see this, I can just see kids playing where the TV is over here and sitting on a couch. I can just see a family just enjoying themselves, and it's large, so nobody feels cramped in. It kind of reminds me when I was growing up. You know, there were 4 kids in a 3-bedroom home, and we never complained of space, you know, because there is a nice amount of space. And then we have, this area here will be closed in. As you can see, they've started. So this wall here will continue down. Actually, the entire staircase will be moved out.
Right.
And this is where their washer and dryer is going to be.
Right.
So there'll be a ramp, and all the plumbing and everything will be cut through, so we can bring it from the outside across, and then it will also connect with the downstairs. So it worked out better for us to move the washing machine where we did downstairs and here, so we can connect it up, and it's actually works out for us a lot better. But this will be closed, and there'll be a door on here too, so that when you walk in, it's not going to look like it. Yeah, exactly. But they all also have a full walk-in cupboard covered when they walk in, so they can put their jackets and coats and stuff.
Great.
And then there was already a beautiful, nice kitchen.
Wow, this was here already. So you're saving money because you're.
So this was another reason why this attracted me, is because even though I had to build in a downstairs unit, the upstairs was basically most of it already done. So the kitchen is clean, the cabinets are fairly new. We're going to put a backsplash across just to make it a little bit more wowsy, paint it, and then it's basically done.
Right.
So it's very. That's what sort of attracted me a lot more.
Yeah.
Then come on upstairs.
Okay. Nice.
So we have 3 bedrooms. Again, we're just not a lot to be done. We're just painted. We put new lights in, new doors on the cupboards, and this is basically, by the time our permits and stuff come in, we'll probably finish upstairs. So we're getting closer to finishing out, and then we can start working on the basement, and
Excellent.
this will be closer to being rented out.
Very cool. Yeah.
And there's also a full washroom that's really nice already. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's great.
Already, go in and take a look.
You know, we've got I love these, the all-in-ones. They're a pain to get in, but once they're in, they're so you don't have to work on it afterwards.
So exactly, there's
forever.
nothing done. The counters, the vanity,
Right.
just beautiful,
Yeah.
great shape. So I
Good
get
stuff.
a coat of paint, a nice hall cupboard for linens and stuff like that.
Yep.
Nice and large. This is the second bedroom.
Yep.
Again, we're just changing the borders, but besides that, nothing much has to be done here. We'll be putting another new door on the cupboard, And then this would be the largest room, so this would be more like a
The master, okay.
And the same thing. It's we're just in the process now of doing the trim, and this is just about ready to be just about finished.
Excellent. That's great.
So that's my house.
It's a great house, and you're going to do really well with it. I think you're gonna do really well with it. Numbers wise, neighborhood wise, I love that you have the tenant profile in your head already, and that really is going to help you to dictate how you do your renovations. So you've got a lot of the pieces in place, and now it's just getting those permits and getting on to the next step.
But the nice thing is at least while we're waiting for the permits, it's not like we're sitting idle.
Right.
So that was my whole thing, was I didn't want my money just sitting there not doing anything. In the meantime, like I say, by the time the permits, this upstairs will be basically done.
Yep.
And in the meantime, the electrical also has been being worked on, and things are already moving and going. And once they come in, they can see that once they've checked everything out, and we'll be able to close this off in no time. And I just have to buy some appliances for there, and we're set to put our sign out and see who wants to come live in our home.
Excellent. Well, I wanted to thank you so much, Glenda, for inviting us out and having us here. And and this is great. You're going to do really well. So another high five. Awesome investment property here.
Thank you.
Another great Durham property. Another great Durham investor. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming.